told me something gross.
Okay, I'm going live. So you guys can stop with your rude selves.
It must be so relaxing having an entire room to yourself.
Oh, yes. Yes, well.
Or two.
All right. Let's see. I don't know if anybody's there. I will be with you guys very soon. I'm just trying to get everything loaded up so we can let everybody know we're here. Edit video. Oh, shoot. I never made it unlisted. How silly. All right, I'm here. Hi, everyone. Turn this brightness up. What's up, River? The Run Blade, Senior Clay, Brett Hoffman, and Rich Yonkers. Welcome, the 4 people that are watching. Hey, what's up, Mark? Hello from Scotland. Hello. Vin is currently in the shower, but there's like a local kind of like Facebook thing that I put myself in right here for like Lewiston, and it was saying like all kinds of people were messaging and saying how stressed out they were and how scared they are and stuff, and I don't know, I started feeling sad for our village. I'm like, I hope everybody's not freaking out too much. What's up, Seven Dusted? So yeah, I know for it's at 65. It was at 4. Everybody's bored. Anthony King. No, Ben, that would be so. First of all, I would never be strong enough or smart enough to make that happen. Except that he trusts me. That's the only that's the only way. Other than that, he's a very strong man. Let's see here. Oh, 70 people here. So how is everybody doing with this coronavirus? Are people scared? Are people like not caring? What's going on with everybody? I'm kind of wondering and worried a little bit for like where everybody's at. Yeah, and has anyone that's in this stream, does anybody know anyone that's have it, or does anybody currently have it? The coronavirus. What's up, Cam? Oh, Michael, this is your first time? This is not like a typical one because Vin isn't here. Vin is usually here. Good night, everyone. Stop hoarding. I'm drunk in Texas, but I'm from Finland. Can you not get back to Finland? Michael, you're worried about your grandparents? Yeah. Yeah, Mark, I bet your commute to work is awesome now. Oh no, Seven Dusted. When were you set to be coming back? You're drinking a Corona right now. Oh my gosh. The comments are going pretty quickly, so I'll just catch what I can. Um yeah, I know Walmart is not doing well at keeping the shelves stocked. Their people are just buying everything out like crazy. Everybody's well here. I don't know anybody personally that has the coronavirus. But from I don't know if you guys saw Vin's Middle America video, but well, actually I did that one with him, but it was completely shocking. Apparently people are getting it and they're not showing any signs. So they're going around all contaminated and people don't even know that they are. You're stocked up on ice cream. Smart. Vin got quite a few little things of ice cream. I'm like, you gotta stop because we have a very small freezer, and I'm like, we have it full of meat right now. So, um, yeah, Jack. I bet the cases are soaring because they're testing, not because there's necessarily new cases. No, Vin doesn't have the coronavirus. He's in the shower right now. He went to the gym. I stayed back. I went for a walk outside. I felt like that was safer. Wow, 58 hours in 5 days, Chris. Chris works for Walmart, you guys, so that's oh really, Elio Mike? Hannaford is keeping things stocked up pretty well. I guess if I need to get anything, that's where I'll head. There's 10 confirmed cases in your area. Yeah, but Pony, I was watching people out on the beach in Florida, like all packed in on the beach when they're saying stay away from other people. I was like, oh, that honestly, honest to goodness, makes me so angry when people don't take the necessary precautions and they end up making something much worse. Like all those people piling into the bars and the lines and stuff after you've been told, like, stay home, try to, when people are not making those like probably people like my age or your age are not going to get it, but like the older people or people's grandparents or parents, it's like you don't care about those people. I mean, what about them? Supposed to be home last week, no travel allowed for 30 days. Oh, Seven Dusted, that makes me so sad. Oh, your family must be sad too. Oh, that's sad. I'm so sorry about that. It's too bad you didn't get stuck on this side. That would have been even better. um Larry, you're going you're going hunting for a few of your white friends. Why did you say white friends? That is so weird. Good evening, Sebastian. Let's see. The bars closed down in New York. Yeah, I mean they should. They really should. Um I didn't hear what Governor Janet Mills announced today. What did she announce? Justin, message me because I'm keeping my eye on the stream there to find out what you're saying. They still had a basketball game, Doug? Hey, Wolves Gaming. Oh, okay. So your name. Okay, I can't tell from your picture. It's so tiny that it just you just look like a white man. So that's why it was like so strange. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, everybody's gonna be trying to employ you to hunt for them. I said the billion-year-old people who populate most of my area of Florida are still going out and not staying in. And my workload has not decreased, though we may be off now. Wow, Kellandros, that's just unbelievable. That's really terrible. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to the doctors, the nurses, the CNAs, all of you guys that are working really hard during this time. Somebody tell me about this Janet Mills. What did she announce today? What's up, Blood Corpse Gamer? And Sick Clown. What did you say? You should review Dire and Gray Obscure. The video would freak you out. Send us an email, Sick Clown. Vin is in the shower, but he'll be coming out. Oh, thanks for loving our channel from Brazil. Yeah, Mark. I mean, the church live streaming sermons for a while rather than gathering makes complete sense. There's no reason to put people at risk when you can live stream the sermons. Like it just doesn't make any sense. 9 confirmed deaths, Jeff said, but only 38. This is for Canada. but only 38 million pop. So I love you guys. Canada loves you, and our sisters and brothers to the south of us. God bless and take care. That's cool. Chris, I have not gone. If I respond to all of the messages when I go on Patreon. So things have been a little bit crazy around here, and so I have not gone on Patreon in a little bit longer than I normally do. I was gonna actually go on tonight, and then I just checked, Facebook, and then when I saw everybody was like freaking out, I was like, yeah, I'm actually gonna jump on a live stream and see how everybody's doing. All right, X24, see you later. Yeah, I know, Matthew. I'll tell him. I'll be like, come up with your own things. I don't know. Did Canada close the border? How old was the person that died in Connecticut? Because a lot of these people are very old. RJ Almighty, the way to get a shirt, you just go on Teespring and you can find it. If you look in the description of a lot of our videos, you'll find our link to our Teespring. And actually, I think while our videos are playing, you should be able to see it underneath as well. Thanks, Sniper Guy. Cool. Thank you, Marcos. Wheezy. Oh, we got your email. Vin read it to me, so that was really cool. I'm glad that it was so cute when you said you hung it up by your guitar. The baby is in bed. Oh, Kellendross, they closed the borders today? The border's shut for non-essential traffic. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I know. I actually have a friend that's on vacation in Florida with her kids, and she keeps messaging, and she's saying how awesome it is and whatever. What's up? So yeah, she's saying how great it is because there's nobody ever, but it's, I don't know. Sorry, have you reconsidered your evil capitalist ways? Only in extreme circumstances I don't like capitalism. I think a healthy dose of capitalism with it, with a little bit of socialism, but keeping it level. I do think that Medicare for all makes a whole lot of sense. I think we should love our neighbors and care for each other. And I think Vin is right. I think that it's coming back on people. I was literally just hearing from one of my other friends, and she was saying, I can't stay home from work. My bills are not going to be paused. I have to pay my bills. And she was saying, I don't have insurance, so I'm not going to the doctors right now. So all that's happening all over the place. That it's just silly. Sorry, how can you find out what the Patreon music alliances are before joining? FX, if you send an email send an email to us at vinandsorry@gmail.com, and you can ask about them there. And again, you can always jump onto Patreon for $1 a month, and it doesn't take that $1 from you right away. It waits until the beginning of the next month. So that will give you plenty of time to be able to search out the stuff and see if that's even something that's worth $1 to you. I'm in Cali and we're in a shelter in place till the 7th. Wow. Well, keep safe, Jigs. Yeah, Mark, I believe that we have to pay for it if we need to get tested. Oh, right there. Governor Janet Mills was discussing social distancing in Maine and the closing of places of gathering, but she was hopeful and not spreading fear. Yeah. I mean, everybody's trying not to spread fear, because when people start getting freaked out, stuff can get really, really bad. So it's better if everybody can stay kind of calm, Doug, it's working out exactly as we had planned. Vin is in the shower, but he's coming. Fear not. No, he's not in quarantine. I don't know what the cost is for a test, because, we haven't gone. And another thing, too, is the way that the medical stuff works around here, you don't know up front what your test or what anything is going to cost. You have to go in and you just have to do it, and then you get the bills. And the bills keep coming in because you'll get billed from, let's say you go in and you have blood work done. Then the doctor that saw you is going to bill you. The hospital is going to bill you. And then they're going to, the people that test the blood, I'm sorry, I'm fogging out with the names of all these people. Though they're going to send you, so you get all these bills from all these different places. And if you had something significant, like when we had Orion, we have so many bills that kept coming in for that stuff. It was crazy. And it's like, there's so many and there's so much stuff that you're like, what is that? That you just have to be like, I guess we owe that. It's not right. No, his legs are just fine, pony. I don't hear him singing in the shower. Vin, somebody was asking, to death. He doesn't sing in the shower, but I do hear him rapping in there sometimes. No, Robert, I do not want to marry you. I'm married to Vin and I'm very happy with it. I don't know what the subject, Jimmy, is going to be for today. I just wanted to check on everybody, kind of see how people were doing. I'm sure when Vin gets here, there's going to be some political talk, maybe some music discussion. I really don't know. Anthony says, as someone said, if you're worrying about something and there's nothing you can do about it, why worry? I still have to work, so I'm going to live my life, not going to live in fear. Yeah, exactly, Anthony. I mean, for us, we're Christians, so it's like, you know, God is in control of this entire situation, and God is just as much in control now as he was before all of this broke out. It just, you know, now seems more scary to people because people, you know, we want to have control of the situation around us. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, it's a lot of money to have a baby. It's thousands of dollars to have a baby here. Justin, the new Lamb of God song was crazy. You know what's funny? I'm not sure you how familiar you are with our stuff, but we have a 9-month-old, and I started playing it, and when I started playing it, my son was like getting all happy and like rocking back and forth. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. Yes, Chris, Punk Week was fun. I liked Punk Week. River, I'm worried for my mother. I live with her and I don't want her to get sick since I'm going out into the world. I'd hate myself if she got sick or worse, died. River, what we've been doing is the minute anyone comes back inside, like they go straight to the shower, wash everything off and get those clothes in the laundry bin. You know, but again, that's another convenient thing about our worldview is that like God decides the day that somebody's going to die. And so you can't do anything to change that for when God has already decided for your mom to die. So worrying about it isn't going to change it. And there's nothing that you can do, you know, like God, that's in the hands of God. So, that can bring some people peace and some people it doesn't. Some people that winds them up more. Just depends, I guess, on how you are. Love your videos. This is Bruiser. Things are getting kind of insane. I'm a truck driver. They're not letting us in receiving offices, but I'm not scared. God's got this. Yeah. See, what happens when you like stop for food? Somebody was saying like when you try to stop for food, you can't go in to get the stuff, and the drive-through is too shallow for you guys to be able to drive through. So, Joshua, I see that you say meant sorry, but I don't see where your original message was. Oh, evening, sorry. Hello. Ben, you're funny. Keep Ben in the shower. He'll just dominate the conversation. We like sorry. Callie is doomed. Please pray for everyone here to stop panicking. That's really a big major part of it is people need to stop panicking. Because the thing is, there's been so few deaths because of this. It's not as big as everybody is making it. I mean, more people die from the regular flu every year. Hello, Marcelo? I'm just guessing on that. Okay, so morbid death. They're letting you guys, you know, walk up to the window orders. Do you worry at all? Like, you know, what if the person inside has it and they don't know it? Or not really? Oh, to death. I know. We have the gifts right there to open. We just keep waiting for the right time to do it, and it seems like it it never happens. But I'm so interested. I love getting packages. Anytime we do, I'm like, oh, I feel so loved. Yeah, he's coming though, Ben. Don't worry. Chris, there's nothing on the agenda for me. It's just, I just wanted to talk to people and kind of see where everybody was, where everybody was at. Hey, Arya. Just see how everybody was feeling and kind of, I know sometimes fear can make, well, the Bible says that fear has torment. So I just don't want everybody being tormented in our village. And I was kind of worried about people. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to roll up and start the live stream without Vin so I can, kind of check on everybody. Oh no. Philippe? Yeah, we will definitely be praying for you and for your girlfriend. I'm sorry to hear that. Is she worried? Does it have anything to do with this coronavirus stuff? Is that worrying her? Ben, I'm not afraid of the kung fu flu. Oh, Native Americans are worried, but because of smallpox, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, yes, I'm retired. I'm a retired RN. This is Marissa, and most people won't experience more than a mild flu-like illness. Right, that's what I was hearing too. So, there's a lot of panic, and it seems like the panic is definitely making things worse. Tasco, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I kind of was having a perspective of how other people were kind of like feeling, but then like I said, I went on to this like a local thing where it was people like from my area that were talking about their worries and their concerns, and like some people are so scared, especially people that don't work from home. So like Vin and I both work from home, so we're not worried that we're gonna like lose our home, but a lot of people are really scared. You have a family and you live check to check as it is. It's like, oh my gosh. And then YouTube was saying that because they have like limited people working, that if they think anything's questionable in your video, they're just gonna have to just delete it. So like different areas are having to do like a bunch of different things. Ben, sorry, I work for GM in a car factory. Over 4,000 of us in one building, and they refuse to shut down. Wow, are you serious, Ben? That's crazy. Sojourner. That's cool sounding. They have a new album coming out on Napalm Records in May. You can, Joshua, send us an email, vinandsorry@gmail.com. Larry, the kids they're kind of interested. I mean, they have access to the internet as well. One of our kids was like not taking it very seriously. And like we tried to like stock up a little bit on food, but we have a pretty small apartment. It's not like you can stock up a whole lot. We have a very small freezer. So, we were doing what we could with what we had. And one of the kids just ate a bunch of the food because she wanted to get to the other food that she liked better. And so we were talking to her about that. Like, no, this is serious. Like, you can't just be running through food and stuff. Like, we got to preserve what we have, because we really don't know, how long the panic is going to go for, or, how long it'll be before Walmart kind of stocks the shelves again and stuff like that. But the kids have been washing their hands like crazy. It's actually pretty cute. Dorian's still working. Actually, Rich Yonkers, literally today, his boss said, sorry, you can't work for us anymore right now. Jeff, Vin is coming. I just heard him get out of the shower, so he'll be here soon. Yeah, man with two eyes. Canned food is good. There was like not a lot of stuff though. Like we went to the store and there really wasn't much there in the way of canned food, so eat the kid that ate all the food. That is so disgusting. I heard GameStop is not closing their stores down and making their COVID-19 workers work. Are you serious? I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that, but that's pretty crazy if that's true. I'm not sure, Steve. It might be. It's the more that I listen to different types of metal music, the more I recognize that there's a lot more value in some of the stuff. The one song I really want to redo is Peace Sells. And that might be something that I re-listen to and re-vote on for, and then put it up on Patreon or something. Because I think that I would like to give it another, not canned food, but for some reason people are avoiding ramen. So we stocked up on ramen. It's just as good in most canned soups as far as nutrients. Are you serious? It cannot be as the same as canned soups. Green eggs and Spam. Ugh. You know what? I actually like corned beef hash from a can. I think that is so good. Who still goes to GameStop? Actually, Vin and I still do. We go there sometimes to get a video game for us or for the kids. What's up, Jay? Why are people confined in France? You really can't leave your house in France. That's insane. I don't know. I don't know anything about that either. People literally bought out all the ramen noodles here. Yeah. I got like pasta with spaghetti sauce because I figured the spaghetti sauce will have some nutritional value. Thanks, Chris. I don't know if you were trying to say something with that. Sometimes people go to put a super chat and then they don't get their sentence in there. So I'll keep my eye out, Chris, to see if you have anything to say. Oh, really, Justin? You'd like to see Vin react to Pantera? Well, welcome, Morbid Emperor. Vienna sausage. No joke, Senior Clay. I like Vienna sausage. Vin thinks it's so nasty. And whenever I try to eat them and he goes, ugh, and he starts talking about how they smell like cat food, I'm like, please don't. It like ruins the experience for me. Because he's right. They do smell like cat food. It's gross. Oh, really? The Catholic church your mom goes to shut down? Wow. Pray for the oil field workers. These dropping oil prices are killing them. People losing jobs all over the place. That's so sad. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Slutty. I saw that. There's no bread. Oh, I almost danced for joy in the aisle when I found this last pack of pita bread on the shelf. I was trying to get flour because I was like, I'll just make my own bread. But there's no flour anywhere. So that's been kind of ridiculous. Hey, people have missed you.
Oh,
somebody even said, I'm leaving until Vin comes back.
I'm sure.
They did.
Yeah, sure.
Welcome to the stream.
Why does it say Elgato on there?
Oh, I don't know. It's the thing I clicked on. And... Okay.
What are we doing? What's the topic?
Oh, I was just hanging out with them and just talking about like what's been going on. My wife found toilet paper today. We are saved. Just seeing how everybody's doing, and one of our villagers said that his girlfriend tried to commit suicide 2 days ago. So I said we would pray for him and her. Can you re-say something again?
Hey, Justin.
My memory. Been watching for over a year, so I figured it's time to support y'all. Thanks.
More McGuire, please.
Vin talking McGuire lyrics are my favorite videos. Cool.
Speaking of McGuire, the big homie from, I'm not going to say that.
Look.
How's everybody doing?
Admit it, Vin, you were in the bedroom crying about Bernie.
No, I've already made peace. I've already made peace with that fact.
Ridiculous. So. Yay, now the stream is complete. Aww.
Trying to say bad flu. Spam. Good for ya.
Dan the meme man, what are you going to do?
Who?
He's like, my toilet paper is all gone. Please help. Yeah, Michael, you caught us live. We've actually been going live a lot since this COVID-19 stuff because we just want to check on everybody. And
did we, what's up, River? Did we do the, what do you call it?
What?
Facebook Patreon thing?
Yeah, I already did. Okay. But people keep asking us to open up their gifts. Why don't we just open it and then I can just clip it? Or do you think that they
We can if you want. It depends. Yeah, sure.
My only concern is that do you think YouTube would block this video because we've talked about COVID-19?
Very possible.
And then people won't get to see.
It's very, very possible.
Okay, so we can't open it now because I don't want people to miss out on that, seeing their stuff get opened. Yeah, Joshua, we tried to order stuff from Amazon for toilet paper. Good luck. Even that was... I was able to find some that was like, what do you call like the kind that you get at Walmart, like the giant rolls, but like if you went into the Walmart bathrooms. But I don't even know if I'm going to get them. It might have just been a scam.
I appreciate it, Roy. You didn't have to say that, buddy. I'm good. Thank you.
What do you say? Where is
He said, "You look cute today, Vin."
it?
No homo. That's what we used to say in the hood. You know, because dudes were insecure about themselves. They're like, "Yo, that's a nice hat, son. No homo. It's just a nice hat." Like,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, Mark is here though.
Okay.
So
Police are guarding the TP.
I'll go get Mark's but Dorian isn't here to open up his.
Why would YouTube block you from talking about COVID? I mean, YouTube has some really strange. I don't want to say it's strange. You know, I'm not in their situation. I don't know what it's like to manage something as massive as YouTube. So, you know, ever since Trump got elected, really, honestly, they took a lot of heat for allowing folks to, you know, whatever. And so, like, all the Middle America videos, they all get demonetized, and you have to dispute every one of them. So anything political or current events related, they shut down monetization. So what happens is, like, people do super chats and stuff. Like the last time we had I called it like the COVID bunker hangout or whatever. And they held all that super chat money until I changed the title. So they just don't want people talking about it because there's all these conspiracy theories and misinformation and disinformation. And so that's the best that they could do. No, I just tried some new lotion on my hand, and the fumes are like kind of killing me right now. Yeah, YouTube's trying to prevent misinformation. Exactly. There's a lot of really crazy stuff going on right now as far as what people are saying, and you've got, you know, young people going to the beach and saying, you know, we don't care, it's not going to affect us, yada yada yada. So it's a really dangerous thing. This might sound dumb. I mean, really dumb. But as Christians, I love you guys. I'm going back to God. You guys are great. Thank you. No, Jeff, I don't think that's dumb or crazy. Why would that be dumb or crazy? Vin, Tom Brady's a Buccaneer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's actually signed the document yet, but good for him. I'm happy for him. Bill Belichick's ego just got in the way, and I want to see what Belichick does now without Brady. Let's see how it goes. If the Fed keeps flooding the banks with trillions of dollars that doesn't exist, they're going to make the dollar worth nothing except for... well, Ben Webb's got the whole modern monetary theory thing going, so, I mean, I don't know. That may be true. I wonder if we should use that for lighting. You ever thought of that?
No.
Yeah, Jim, I'm purposely ignoring that because I'm not really going to talk a lot about politics on this chat. I mean, your point is well taken, so you don't have to keep spamming it.
Okay. This is from Mark. Oh, there's one for Orion. And this one's mine. This one's yours.
Vincent?
Yeah.
This is for me?
And the other kids already got theirs, which I recorded, and when we do the full video, I'll add
Salam
it in.
alaikum, Mr. Vin. All the love from Bahrain. I've been subscribed to your channel for more than a year. MashaAllah, tabarakah.
Woo!
Walaikum assalam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother.
Yes.
Hope you stay safe over there in Bahrain. What's that?
A $50 gift card.
Oh, what did I get? Yes!
Yes!
Yeah, we're rich! We're rich, bitches!
You know,
We're shutting down the channel! We got $50! Yeah!
Yeah, I saw these really cool lights on Facebook. They actually screw into your light bulb, but it makes your room look really cool. So I'm gonna get that.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. What?
Utah had an earthquake.
Really?
What's up, Umberto? No, Umberto, you're the best!
The Christians must be going crazy over that then.
How much did Oreo get? I don't know.
Open it. Open Oreos.
There's a young lady named Slutty McTits.
I saw that.
Okay. And we're offline. And we're back. You shut the thing off again.
How?
I don't know, but every time you go over there, we always end up offline.
Oh well.
Yeah, we'll just go
back to
the
thing.
preview thingamajig.
Yeah.
There you go. And then turn it that way so people don't know that we're not a real operation.
You mean we're not?
A bunch of kids. Hi to
Yes,
Brazil.
Leah. See, you get it.
How you doing, Brazil? Is Leah in the house?
Vin's like, what? Yeah, you're gonna do that? I'm like, yeah, babe. Let's see. Oreo.
Hey, from the Philippines. What's up?
Oreo got 25, and he will get some cute little outfit for that. Or some toys. Maybe I'll be a good mom and get him a toy.
Well, you won't get formula because formula's out.
Right.
Mickey Mouse. Hey, what's up, Leo Mike? Yeah, I went to the gym today. There was everybody's proceeding as normal, man. Like people are like, man, screw this. We're going to the gym. We're gonna sweat. We're gonna go to the sauna.
We're gonna breathe on each other.
If I make it out of this thing without contracting, I'll be very surprised.
Giving it to your family.
Yeah. I'd like to see a punk week 2. What do you think about the Fed giving $1,000 to Americans? I think it's an interesting idea. I was very intrigued. I think Ben Webb was the first person to suggest Andrew Yang to me. And he did that like a year and a half ago. So, you know, I want to see what comes of it. I mean, we're probably not going to spend any of it. It's probably going to go into, you know, this house that we're about to buy. But, you know. Raphael, that would be crazy. My stepmom was told by her doctor she will die if she catches a virus.
Oh my gosh.
Why would they say that to her? What the hell?
Yeah.
We'll pray against that, inshallah.
Maybe they just want to make sure that she takes all the necessary precautions, because you still have people in Florida being all ridiculous.
One of these days I'm going to show you guys my supplement regimen. We got fish oil. We got it's a lot of stuff.
Seven Dusted is stuck. He was supposed to get back home 2 weeks ago, but he's stuck for another 30 days.
He's stuck in the stand, buddy?
Yeah. That's sad. His family.
You can use your GCs to stock up on toilet paper. Maine's a good place to live. My brother's doing government work in Houston, so he's kind of walking around.
Yeah, there's some jobs where people can't do anything other than what they're doing. Like like the doctors and the nurses, like they just have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's really terrible, but I'm so glad I'm not a CNA right now. I know that's bad.
I mean, I don't think it's bad.
No, it is. Because you know what it is? It's just because I wouldn't want to be away from my family. And I know that they're in that situation and they don't get paid enough.
Kung Fu fighting. Why haven't you checked out Soulfly yet?
We haven't?
I think we did one Soulfly song. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Hopefully YouTube doesn't fail us.
Really, Anthony? Is it good? There's a horror movie called Comes at Night, where the family is isolated in a cabin in the woods from a sickness that took over the earth. And it tries to trust a family that they took in. It's good.
Chris, send, whether or not you hit the deadline, just send me an email and we'll make sure it gets on the list. vinandsoy@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that you sent a message. I'm sure it's in there.
There's a new Ozzy song out.
Yes, Brett Hoffman.
Is there a new Ozzy song out? What's it called? Yeah, we're reacting to music today. You know, we're really trying.
No, they're wanting to know if we're doing any in this live stream.
Oh.
No. If we were to react to anything in the live stream, YouTube goes crazy about it. We can't do that.
Yeah. Will you do any more Motionless in White? I don't think we've done a Motionless in White song yet, but I want to.
I don't remember hearing any of that.
How the hell do you stay up on your emails with so many followers? I check my email probably 60 times a day. That's not an exaggeration.
Honestly, it's actually a good spot for Vin because he's very obsessive about stuff. And so if it wasn't those emails, he'd be doing something else. So, would you agree with that assessment? I feel like you have to be busy all the time. Like you like to be in things. So if it's on Facebook, you're responding to things. You're in this discussion. You're in that discussion. You're checking emails. Like if this channel wasn't like, I don't believe you'd just be sitting on the couch doing nothing. You'd be doing something else. EFOG 3. What do you think? What's up, EFOG?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you like to be busy. I think that your mind is just so. There's so much there. I feel like you have like the brain of 3 people. If you ever saw that movie Secretariat and the horse has like a oversized heart, after the horse died, they realized why the horse won so many races.
Really?
I feel like that your brain is something that should be looked into.
Seriously though, what's the name of the Ozzy song? What's the name of the Ozzy song?
I don't
Nobody
know.
knows. Put on that light. Let me see what happens to the lighting over here. Kansas closed schools for the rest of the year.
See, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
People are really. It's so funny seeing the moms on Facebook.
Ordinary Man is the Ozzy song.
No, Ben, my stomach's been bothering me. I had to take some antibiotics and it like messed up with my stomach. And then after that, it was just one thing led to the next. And so I actually haven't been doing keto right now. And really, now you can't even do full keto because we can't get a bunch of meat and stuff at the store. So we're basically just eating, what we have.
Ozzy Ordinary Man.
But I'll get back on once stuff levels out.
1 week ago. Oh. Featuring Elton John.
Is that a main stage? Or
That's
is that
definitely a main stage.
Oh, okay.
It's
cool.
also definitely going to get blocked if we do the official.
Well, we can do that one tonight after the live stream.
Yeah. Ozzy. Boom. Already got that set up for you. Boom.
Perfect.
The Ordinary Man video is emotional. Okay, so we'll do the Ordinary Man, do the official video, and then put the other video on top of it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
vinandsoria@gmail.com.
Yep, that's it.
I think what we should do is do the Ozzy thing and then play a couple rounds of Fortnite and then watch a scary movie.
Okay, but I decided it looks like it's a very slow one starting, so if you need to do your stretches at the beginning, fine.
Okay.
But once it really gets scary, I want you to be beside me.
Keto is my jam. Still able to stick with it. Yes. Howdy from a darkened Vegas. Narsh. What do you think about the stock market dropping 30% in the last month? Yeah, I mean, I just none of these things are like end of the world to me. So,
did Hefner stop his, or did he do the full song reaction?
Stop his what? Because
they're saying Hefner was able to do it without putting in anything else. But I don't know. I think he stops his partway through.
Yeah, he does. He does the cut up. He does the cut up thing. So.
Puff of smoke
there. Hey, Mark Buckle.
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah, he's like he was here earlier. He was like, "What? You guys have to pay for getting checked for the coronavirus?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." And I was telling him how in America you don't even know what you're paying. Like you go to the doctors and there's no prices posted or anything like that.
Yeah.
You go in and then you get billed from, all the different people, the phlebotomist, the doctor, the hospital.
It's insane. It's insane.
And the hospital can't even combine all your bills into one.
Gustavo, thank you.
Hi, Lori Pooh. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
This is how you know I really consider you guys friends. Doing my primping in front of you.
It's I just don't worry about a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things in my life, a lot of close calls, and I've always been able to land on my feet, and so I just think
it's like a cat.
I've been in some really hellish places and seen a lot of hellish stuff, and I think we're gonna be all right.
So then these things are not as big of a deal.
I think we're gonna be okay. I told you like a year ago, move to Australia. I've been watching y'all videos for about 3 years. Thanks, PVMNZ.
3 years? We haven't been doing it for 3
Well,
years.
maybe as a gift of prophecy. We have Testament, Warbringer, and Havoc all coming out soon. All the new stuff I heard from those have been great.
Cool.
What's up, Joshua? Much respect to you, big homie. If I were to write an email to you, would it be too far? I really need help. I tried everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the person.
Yeah. vinidsorry@gmail.com. We'll do our best to answer you, inshallah. Belief in God is reassuring. Correct. Yeah. I mean, I just... It's impossible to explain. You just feel anchored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you just feel anchored. I just feel anchored and stable and as long as I got my girl with me, we'll figure it out.
Aww.
It's kind of my thing. Yeah, Chelsea got released from jail. Tried to commit suicide and then she got released from jail. Who knew that Trump would that would happen under the Trump administration? You see my man Bernie?
Who's Chelsea? No.
Somebody was trying to tell him to drop out.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm dealing with an effing global crisis right now. I don't have time for your bullshit.
Really?
Yeah. Psalm 91, yay!
Oh, cool, Reckless. You did?
Wait, Reckless what?
Yo, Vin, I bought you guys a ghost flag at the ghost show.
Oh!
Cool.
We would put that up right there. Boop.
That's so cool, yeah.
Vin feels anchored. He's a boat. Who's your favorite punk rock artist? I don't know enough punk rock artists to have a favorite one. I'm just being 100 with you. If I mentioned a punk rock person, it would just be the only punk rock band I know. You know what I mean?
I will say, though, that Queen Elizabeth one, remember that one where he talked about the Queen?
Yeah.
What was that?
God Save the Queen.
That one was pretty crazy. That was like a shocking one.
Right on, Jeff King. I hear you. Vin, I've always been curious. Where did your proficiency? I mean, you just, you pick stuff up, I've been dead on the operating table a few times as a child, enjoying life to its fullest. Zonia in the house.
What's
Everybody
up,
check
Zonia?
out Zonia's thingamajiggy, her site. Body Count just came out with a new one.
Look, Castle Smith. Then call me big homie, no homo.
Shout out to the big homie Castle
Yeah!
Smith. Yay! Is Dragon Force a Japanese band? We've never done Dragon Force before because we heard
It was
they were
Sex Pistols, you're right.
We heard they were a Japanese band, and
We got scared.
my church in Alabama was hosting anybody that wanted to get tested for free. That is amazing.
Wow.
That is awesome.
That is really good, yeah.
That is awesome. Maybe we can try out some Dragon Force because I heard they're not a Japanese band, so
okay.
Hopefully we won't get a copyright strike.
Did I tell you the kids were mad at me?
Why? What happened?
Sayla and Johan were in the room playing video games. Sayla wasn't even completely done her chores, neither was Johan, but I was just letting them. And then Zoe got mad because they asked if they could, and I said yes. So she was mad because she wasn't playing. I said, you have not because you asked not. She was all mad at me. Then Sayla was mad at me because she couldn't continue playing.
I know you get hella emails, and I tried emailing you about your post-mill view. Really hoping you can get back. We just shot a video about post-millennialism.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we can.
You know, some of those things you could we could put those on our Patreon page public.
Man, ain't nobody trying to see no post-millennial video on Patreon.
That's what you say. You're always wrong about those things.
Yeah, email me again if I got time after the. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it tonight because we got a couple of reviews that we got to do, and then we got a scary movie to watch. Depends on how Sori's feeling. Sorry, my sister, Vin, my brother. Hope all is good in the hood. Yeah, XBM, we're doing good. What the hell is a postmillennialist? A postmillennialist is a person that believes that the world is going to get progressively better and essentially Christianized. That's the idea. Hey, you guys have wives asking for a friend. Hereditary, I think, is the name of the movie. Yeah, prophet ahead of his time. Yeah, I think what's going to happen is that somebody's going to take the flag, they're going to push it for 10 to 15 years, and then they're going to actually, I don't want to say have a spine, but they're going to be able to do what needs to be done.
What time do we go to bed? Honestly, it's been between 2 and 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, Silver Kyrie in the house.
What's up?
What console do you play? Xbox.
I play Fortnite on my phone. It's pretty small.
I think those things are mutually exclusive. For the world to get better, we need to become less religious. Christianity spreading wouldn't help anything. I just disagree with you, Ben. We'll see. I'm Canadian. I'm rooting for Bernie and AOC. Bernie and AOC recently had a little clash.
If the central message of Christianity is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself, you can't go wrong with that message. If everybody would be doing that right now, this virus thing wouldn't spread so fast and so far.
Right. But here we are.
But here we are in a world that's not. Well, we have more of your version, Ben.
Well, Ben's kind of like he's like a socialist a little bit, like.
So is he?
He's not
for Medicare for all?
Oh yeah. He's not a fan of capitalism.
He asked me if I repented of my evil capitalist ways yet. There's 190 people that are able to see me flattening my hair.
YouTube put an ad in the middle of the live stream. Weird.
Whose live stream? Ours?
I don't know. I think. How did all the different sects come to pass in Christianity? Well, that's kind of an extended discussion. Just keep in mind, if you're talking about the essentials and the things that are definitional of what makes a Christian, there aren't that many sects. So like if you've got Catholicism, Protestantism, Eastern Orthodoxy, you talk about the Trinity, the deity of Christ, death, burial, and resurrection for the sins of, the ascension. He's coming back to judge the living and the dead, Council of Nicaea stuff. That covers about, 85% of the visible church. The majority of what happens in denominationalism or even different, between Catholicism, etc., has to do with what certain groups emphasize. So, for example, the Pentecostals are going to emphasize more on the spiritual gifts and a little bit more esoteric. And then you've got, modern day evangelicalism focuses on, evangelism, things of that nature. And then you've got some more high church, ritualistic churches, like old school Presbyterian, things like that. So a lot of it has to do with just plain, we're going to emphasize X. There's some churches that emphasize worship, other churches that emphasize the Bible. And so that's where a lot of the denominations came from. And so, you were raised more Pentecostal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Your parents had a Catholic background. I mean, and not to say that these guys.
Yes, rich uncers.
Not to say that there aren't like strident disagreements, but if you ask any of them, is Jesus God in the flesh? Do you believe in the Trinity? Do you believe he died on the cross for your sins? Do you believe he rose bodily on the third day? Things of that nature. Across the board, they're going to say yes. If they say no, they're not Christian. So, that's the long and short of it.
Distracted by the comments.
Vin, have you ever had a hair pick? Yes.
That's what I was talking to.
The first time Sori met me, I had a hair pick.
I was like, why? Why do people do that?
What's up, Steve?
Apex Legends.
My denomination emphasizes sarcasm and how cool I am. Right on. I notice it pretty much every Saturday. Is there a church that emphasizes post-apocalyptic living? Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Honestly, some of the Pentecostal churches are like heavy into conspiracy stuff and all that, and they've got a whole prepper culture and all the rest of it. Like, no joke. It's no joke.
get some water. Thank you, Opala.
Would like to see you guys react to Axis Mundi, Night Eternal, and Memento Mori by the band Moonspell.
Have you heard of the Christian band Petra? Yeah, we've heard of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you guys get your belief that things will get better until Jesus returns and not worse? The Bible, Emmanuel.
That's a simple answer. Yeah, Lori Poo. Lots of Christians say that the world is about to end.
Yeah, I don't think the world's about to end.
No, you should have been on the walk Vin and I had today.
Essenes, how do you spell it? 2 S's. I'm pretty sure.
I thought there was a C in there somewhere. Maybe not. Essenes?
No, I don't think there's a C in there. Is it the Church of Darth Vader that when Vin went to about the I'm super intrigued by the Darth Vader religion. Tell me more. Who wrote the first Bible? The Bible is actually a collection of books.
66?
Yeah.
Yep.
Things seem to be getting worse. I don't know about that, Tasco. I mean, look, this coronavirus is terrible.
If you could jump to the time of the Black Plague and then jump back here, you'd be like, nah,
right.
It's not worse.
Correct.
Buggy, they've been saying the world's going to end since 1999.
Right. What's your favorite genre of metal?
I don't know what it's called, but I like the stuff like when there's a violin in it. Like symphonic. What is it called?
Progressive stuff. The Nyala Viscaris, atmospheric stuff.
But the atmospheric stuff. But I really like it when they have like death vocals and also like clean female vocals. Woo.
Walaikum assalam ya ibn Yeager. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sadhguru predicts
some water. Do you want anything?
That things will get much better around 20. Just some of my iced tea, inshallah. Do. Favorite bad movie? What's up, Randy? Favorite bad movie? I'm not sure. Maynard said called it right before they recently played Anima on tour. That's a good one. How can Christians say that this is the end of the world when the Signers Day be revelation haven't come yet? I don't know what that is. Do. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yeah, all these people predicting the end of the world. It's just, My favorite live stream is about to go live. Zonia, my favorite live stream is Zonia. Post a link to your live stream. Krems, I like that you like our videos. Thank you for the support, Sarah.
I'm so offended. I should be your favorite live streamer.
Huh?
You said Zonia's your favorite live streamer. Zonia's your favorite live streamer. Kai is going to go on a vacation with you. I'd be so offended.
I would absolutely go on a vacation with Kai. I'd leave you behind.
You would too.
Me and Kai go off into the woods.
No, just get me one of those hotels by there where you can see the lights.
Oh, I hear you, Brian. I hear you. How do I get you this flight? It's P.O. Box 7024, Lewiston, Maine 04243.
If you look in the description of a lot of our different videos, the mailing address is there. In case you didn't get that.
Sale Hayton, did he come out and say that he was finally done? Did Bernie come out and say he was done? I mean, I think he's done. I mean, he's done, in my opinion. Do, 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 do.
I don't know what Buggy's saying. Rajan, we see you, brah. It sucks. We just gotta deal with it, but I don't know what the guy said.
He'll repost it. It's raging.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, oh well, I mean, he's staying in it. Man, that's good for him, I guess.
What do you think about Biden? Ask us about music. We can't talk too much politics on this channel.
I'm not gonna vote for him. I'll say that.
The thing Sori said about death vocals and clean female vocals is called the Beauty and the Beast concept. It's a lot of symphonic and gothic metal. Yes. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Yep, I think that's what it is for me. Symphonic and gothic.
Babe, did you see this one? Monster by Steppenwolf?
Hey, Vin and Sori, I requested Monster by Steppenwolf on Patreon late last month, and I'm still patiently waiting for your reaction. I recommend that video with red. No, I don't.
Send us an email, Nicholas.
No. You can send me another message on Patreon.
Yeah,
on Patreon, send me a message.
Go jump on Patreon and send Sori a message.
Yeah. Sometimes people get confused about the alliances and how that works.
Do you believe, as Ben Shapiro says, that capitalism has brought more people out of poverty than any other economic system?
Capitalism, yay!
That's probably true. I am not completely and totally against capitalism. What I am against is
can you
unchecked, unmanaged capitalism. And, when you've got Trump, who's currently the proto-capitalist, talking about UBI and a temporary form of socialized medicine in the current situation we're in, I think it exposes the weaknesses of capitalism in a global society. Ben Shapiro was asking about a week ago about, how do we get these tests? Where's the test? Where are the tests at? And somebody rightly pointed out and said to him, we'll just let the free market take care of it. Nobody's saying that right now. Like, they're looking to the government to take care of these situations. So I think a mixed economy is the best way to do it. Sort of a capitalist economy with a social safety net, I think is the best of all possible worlds. And I do believe that healthcare is a human right. And so raw, unvarnished capitalism. Keep in mind, they were calling FDR a communist, basically, back in the day. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have unemployment insurance. We wouldn't have, single moms would be really screwed. So I just think a mixed economy is the best thing in the world. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. And the other thing is, the American economy was bolstered by this thing called slavery, where you had hundreds of years of free labor that massively aids your GDP. So this idea that the American economy was created by people who pulled themselves up by their bootstraps is just absolutely ridiculous, and it's untrue. So there's that. The people that sells guns next door to my job are making bank. All kinds of people are buying guns for the past week. Yeah, man, that's pretty crazy.
It was Nick, right?
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's him right there. Right there.
But he asked for Zager and Evans in the year 2525 because that other song was going to be too long.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, we did that. 25. But then after you put Steppenwolf, Monster, Suicide America. But
what's up? It's the Jaeger.
But you've only done 1 month on the 75 tier.
How are you? We're doing good. How are you?
On our side, I'm gonna send you a message on Patreon right now.
It's currently 125, Amy, unless you had done 375s in the past. Does the Bible say that your name was written in the book of life before you were even born? And if so, does that mean the state of your salvation is predetermined? Yes, it does say that. There's multiple ways to answer your second question. Most people say, well, God knew what you were going to choose before you were born, so he put your name in the book of life because he knew you were going to choose him. So that's how a lot of people answer that question. How's the weather there? Weather here is pretty good, actually.
It was really nice today.
I went in and out of the gym in just my t-shirt and shorts, so there you go.
I get coughed on for minimum wage. Oh no, sorry.
Do you think that confession in the early formation of the Catholic Church was a way of the Roman government to spy on the new cult of Christians? No, because at the time of the Roman government, confession hadn't developed in the systematic way that it did. So the main issue between Christianity and the Roman government was that you were saying that there was another Kyrios, another Lord aside from Caesar. And then the more technical aspect would be when the Romans went and conquered a nation state, they would allow you to keep your current religion so long as you pledged fealty to Caesar, and they wouldn't allow you to create a new religion. So you even see this in the book of Acts where they were saying, oh, these guys are bringing up some new religion. We don't know what this is. And that was the fulcrum of the persecution on the Roman side. So the Romans had a much larger issue to deal with. They were not trying to come up with a stealthy way to spy on the Christian cult. They had declared out and out war against Christianity because the Christians, quite frankly, started it by not burning incense to Caesar and not pledging fealty to Caesar and claiming that Jesus was Lord over Caesar. The Revelation 1 starts out by calling Jesus the ruler of the kings of the earth, which obviously has Caesarean implications there. So no, I don't think that I mean, I'm not a Catholic. I mean, I'm a Protestant. So I'm not here to defend Catholicism, but that has nothing to do with it. Priests should get married like in Eastern Christians. I agree. I think it's confusing and it's sad that those people are not able to get married. I'll give you my best guess, Tom Robertson. J.S. Hansen, I disagree with you. I think we did Tempest by Tool. Didn't we do Tempest by Tool? I don't think we did.
No.
Favorite keto meal so far? Eggs and bacon.
What? Seriously?
Actually, no. That chicken that you made a couple days ago.
Yeah, that bourbon
keto.
Chicken was really good.
Bourbon chicken on keto. That's really good. Bourbon chicken!
And the poppers are good.
Poppers are really good.
What about the bread that I was making?
Romans 8 is freaking awesome. See, I told you.
Since
told you,
bacon and
Brian.
eggs is your favorite, I'll stop all that extra stuff. What about the bread? You like
Bread's
the bread?
good. They said favorite meal, babe. What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? All that extra cooking?
Somewhere it says when the trumpet falls, God's warnings are done. Oh, I don't know where the Bible says that specifically. What evidence do you have that Christianity is a correct religion as opposed to any other religion? The resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's the quickest way I could say it.
That bat soup she made? Not so much.
Bat soup.
Jesse, I should maybe shoot a video on it. It's actually pretty good.
I'm a Catholic. And you sent me some socks, Sonia. Those are my favorite socks.
It's so cute when he wears them.
Yeah, why would you hate yourself if you were a Catholic? I don't understand. Favorite pair of socks.
I feel like we should pass the offering plate since we're on a religious kick.
We were in a church that didn't pass the offering plate.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it has almond flour, it has eggs, and it has mozzarella cheese, sesame seeds on the outside.
People have been accidentally buried alive in the past.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but not after enduring hypovolemic shock prior to being crucified and then bleeding out for 3 days. And, somebody gets shot in the leg and it hits their femoral artery, they bleed out. You're lucky to survive for 20 minutes. So,
Hey, Philippe.
yeah, it's highly unlikely that Jesus was able to roll away a 200-pound stone that was on an incline and after being crucified for 3 days, bleeding out in a cold, dank environment, and then limping all the way on the road to Emmaus, and then appearing to his disciples and convincing them that he'd conquered death. I think that's probably. I think that's more unlikely than a resurrection happening. It would be a greater miracle that Christianity would have continued after something like that versus a resurrection.
Shoot, I had something to say about that. I need to send up.
Vin, sorry, would you say that your faith has influenced your ability to enjoy fiction or violent work, etc.?
Would
No.
you say that your what? Your
No.
faith has influenced your ability to enjoy fiction or violent work?
I mean, it hasn't influenced mine. I mean, you were raised in a pretty strict environment.
Yeah, I couldn't. There wasn't really much fiction or violent stuff.
I mean, of course, everybody has a worldview, whether they're conscious of it or not. Just for me, whenever I see something, I always just, it just automatically gets filtered through a Christian worldview. So, but as far as enjoying it, look, there's a lot of violence and a lot of grimy stuff in the Bible. There's some stuff in the Bible that if it was portrayed today on screen in a secular context would be extremely controversial for secular people. So, no.
Is this a female name?
I don't know. We did talk from a perfect circle, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, John, but when the soldier pierced Jesus' side and blood and water came out, that was his pericardium, and any doctor will tell you that he was dead. There were some people that survived 6 days crucifixion, but that has to do with whether or not they were flogged before. Jesus was flogged before, and sometimes people died during the flogging because the flogging was so brutal, which is why Jesus couldn't finish on the way up to the cross, because it records that he basically fell and passed out and couldn't get up. That's why you had to have Simon the Cyrene carry the cross for him the rest of the way. It's form of hypovolemic shock. So again, the idea that Jesus could bleed out to that degree, be buried alive, and then bleed out for another 3 days,
right,
with those types of wounds is sorry.
Plus,
I can't go there with you.
Another piece of evidence too is that all the people were so scared when Jesus, because they had been following Jesus for a while, they were going along with what his teachings were, and then all of a sudden he gets taken away, and then he's being crucified. All of his followers, almost down to the very last one, were terrified that they were going to be dragged away and crucified too. So they were hiding out. And then after Jesus rose from the dead and he met with them, they suddenly had a boldness like never before. Literally so much boldness that many of them were crucified after that. So it shows that there was something significant that happened, because if they knew Jesus, they were not willing to die for him while he was alive, and after he died, they weren't willing to. And then randomly after that, they were willing to go to death for this belief in God, in Jesus. Then there was definitely a resurrection is what happened that atheists, explains that.
With increasingly Christian-like moral views, would church be worth going to for anything other than believing in a God? Well, the cool thing about church is the fellowship. If you've got increasing Christian-like moral views and you're in the Western world, then going to church would be a good place for you to be able to kind of explore how that would work out in the real world and find common ground in that. So I think you'd have you'd get some wins there.
Bernie Sanders, Bernie.
If God created men in his own image, could that be assumed that angels don't look like men? No, because I don't think image image of God in the ancient Near East had more to do with your societal standing than to do with, a photograph. So the way that the emperors and the pharaohs used to convince all these people to follow them was to say, the gods ruled in the heavens, and I'm down here and we're down here on the earth, and the gods have selected certain people to be their representatives or their image on the earth, and it just so happens that I am the image of God on the earth, and so to follow me is to follow the God, etc., etc. And so that's how. So that's where that's where the term image of God came about. And so when Moses says that mankind is created in the image of God, what he's saying is, no, that's not just for an elite group of people. That's all human beings, male and female. So what that means is that human beings are representatives of God on the earth, and what we do with each other is essentially what we would do with God. So that's the reason you need to love your neighbor. That's the reason you need to honor and respect your neighbor, because if you disrespect your neighbor, you're disrespecting God, etc., etc. Yes, there's a group that made the plushie thing for us. Pajol.
You don't know who it was. Plushy Lord or something like that.
What do you mean?
Because people would like to probably get him.
Really?
Plush Lord or something like that. I wish there was a tag on him. Like in the back of his coat or something.
Really?
Yeah. If it was printed right there on the back of his shirt. Their address.
Their
information. He's wearing a Sorry shirt. So cute.
Sorry shirt.
I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me.
Steve, where did you get the idea that all of those books were written 40 years after? Secondly, the folks at that time relied on oral tradition, and so the resurrection account in Romans 1:8, according to Bart Ehrman, was a pre-literate Christian oral tradition, and that was well before 40 years. So that doesn't work. Secondly, there were other messianic claimants during the time of Jesus, Shimon bar Kokhba being one. And the pattern is very interesting. They claim to be the Messiah. They have groups of people that follow them. They get killed, and their movement disperses. There's only one movement where the movement exploded in the face of that type of persecution, and it's Jesus. It's never been replicated before or since. So I think you have to contend with that. Don't get too close to me. I'll have to show you my cat.
Aw, Jack.
Thanks, Tom Roberts. If you follow Vin, you'll be 40 minutes late to everything. That is 1,000% the truth.
Jack and Boy, we're here for you if you need something.
We got your back, buddy. I'm confused with Jesus and God. This is really messing me up. Oh, I get it. Don't forget about the translation issues. Hebrews, Old Greek, Latin. Well, the New Testament wasn't written in Hebrew. It was written in Koine Greek. And so there are literally millions of Koine Greek speakers on the earth today.
We've been on for 77 minutes.
So that's not really particularly a problem. React to Avenged Sevenfold Afterlife from Amazon. I don't know what that means.
Love.
And of course, 70 AD was the destruction of the Jewish temple, completely and totally and utterly destroyed. It is the apocalyptic event in the Jewish calendar from April of 66 to 70 AD. Vespasian and his son Titus laid siege to Jerusalem and then destroyed it and also destroyed the temple. And the fact that not a single New Testament book records that event indicates that all of them were written prior to 70 AD. It would be like a history book about New York City that never mentions 9/11, ever. You'd say, that was probably written prior to 9/11. Especially if the Twin Towers are central to the narrative of this history book about New York City. Right? So you've got a history book that talks about New York City, and it talks about the Twin Towers, and there's never any recording of the Twin Towers actually being destroyed. That's a problem.
It's the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem, which event is in the year 70.
Yeah. Red Christian rock band. Yes, we've heard. We'll get to them soon, inshallah.
I still have to cook your supper.
Are you gonna make that bourbon chicken?
No, I don't have any.
I knew it. I knew it.
I already made you a baked potato that you can or can't eat, whatever you decide, and I'm gonna put the steak on the grill.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You don't have bourbon chicken.
What do you mean only one source, John? What's up, Ryan Sawyer? Striper to hell with the devil. I think we did to hell with the devil, didn't we, during Christian Week?
I don't know.
I was born Catholic, researched many religions, went to India twice, ended up agnostic. I feel there's something more, but nothing makes sense. Maybe too scientific. Mind is not ready yet. No, I think you can be as scientific as... China reports no new local infections. That's good news.
Yep.
No, I think you should be more scientific and never suspend your scientific and rational mind.
Yep.
And I think, if God is real, he'll make himself real to you in the way that you were created.
Yep.
So, hey, Vin and Sori, it's comforting that you guys are doing this. I'm really enjoying your reaction videos as well. Please don't stop. We won't. We won't stop. I have no opinion on that,
Inshallah.
Tom Roberts. I have no opinion on it. I just don't have any opinion. What's up? Good morning from the Netherlands. When you have time, please check out Sepultura's Chaos AD album. Why do you say inshallah? Surely you aren't capitulating to the idiocracy of Islam. Inshallah simply means if God wills, and I think that's it's very good. The scripture says in James chapter 4, you don't even know if you'll be alive tomorrow. Instead, You should say if God wills, or inshallah, we will live and do this and that. And so that's why I say inshallah.
John Isabella. I'm thinking the rapture will take so little people we'll never even know.
Well, we're not rapture people.
Hollyhawks, hey!
Hey, Hollyhawks in the house! We're not rapture people, so.
Right.
I agree, Robert Keegan. Best explanation I've heard so far. We
live in Maine.
From Maine. Yeah. I'm not afraid to die, but I'm terrified of spending my last days on Earth talking about diseases. Word up.
You're not Arabic. It doesn't sound cool and cultured, buddy.
Okay. Well, I don't know how you know whether or not I'm Arabic. That's one. And number two, I wasn't saying it to be cool or cultured. It's just part of my spirituality. But thank you for the help. We're non-denom. I like your reaction videos. We like you liking our reaction videos. Thank you very much.
They do.
What's up? From
Hi,
Chili
Roy.
San Bernardino. I'm glad you guys read my chat. You guys are great. I'm from Rhode Island. What's up, Rhode Island?
Nice.
Hello from New York.
Eddie, you like that one? That's cool.
What?
He loved the Slayer cult reaction video.
A common misunderstanding about the rapture is that it's not your clothes that are left behind without you. It is you who's left behind without your clothes. I saw a video of a movie about the rapture, and they were trying to be horror people. And so what they did was everybody that got raptured died.
Oh,
So
yeah.
their eyes would get blue and they would just fall and die. And millions of people just dropped dead. And I thought that was brilliant because it was basically God took their souls in the rapture And then he gave them a new body, but they left the old body down, so you had like
gosh.
millions and millions of dead bodies on the ground. I
Gross.
thought that was brilliant. I don't believe in the rapture like the way that, you know,
Uh-huh.
people talk about it. I don't believe in that. But
That was that one you were watching when I was like asleep and awake.
Yeah, when I was doing my stretches.
I like saw this guy come outside. He was like basically like, "Come and get me, God!" Blah.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
this thing came and like stuck him through the belly and stuff. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah. My friend says Hitler could be in heaven because no one knows what happened in the bunker. What do you think? Well, yeah. I mean, that's the good news, is that nobody can go too far from God's grace. And so if Hitler in the last moments of his life repented of what he did, then we'll see him in heaven. Inshallah. Same thing for bin Laden. Same thing for Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Same thing for a lot of people.
I think it was a show. Was it a movie?
No, it was a movie. It was a movie. I forgot the name of the movie, James. I'll try to find it. If I find it, I'll send you an email because it was pretty crazy.
Read.
I wonder if there's a fellow Asian here.
I didn't know how to pronounce the name.
Wakyad Jaeger. You don't know Jaeger? Satanist metal fan, though I grew up on Christian rock. Either you familiar with the bands 1,000 Foot Crunch or Demon Hunter? They're super good. Yeah, we did a Demon Hunter song.
Yeah.
On the channel during Christian Week. Even Biden, if he repents, can be entered into heaven, inshallah. When the people that live check to check run out of cash with no job will be interesting. Let's hope it gets better quick. Well, I hope it gets better for people living check to check. I hope we can create a society where people are not under that type of pressure. I mean, I've had situations like that in my life, and it's a pretty hellish way to live.
Oh gosh.
What do you think about Tom Araya being a believer but singing what he does for Slayer? I'm not sure. That's a very interesting question. I'm just not sure about it.
Chris, the video I sent to your email will bring back Vin's guitar.
Air guitar,
I hope.
To be honest, when someone actually has a genuine relationship with Jesus, questions about afterlife don't really pester you anymore about anyway. You just know it's going to be fine. Yeah, it's true.
You pronounced his name right. Hey, sorry. Thanks for the clarification. I actually sent another message that I'd appreciate a quick response to. Shaw.
I came here to be one frogman stud. I'm off. Stay safe. You stay safe too, Tasco. You're a good egg. 20 minutes, y'all. 20 minutes. If the rapture happens and I end up in heaven dancing with the Backstreet Boys, I will be happy. Did you two grow up in a Christian home? Yes. Yes, we did. I'd like to see you do some weirder Christian music. What's a weird Christian song? Vin, you can tell by someone's fruit in their life regardless of who it is. That's a good point. Very, very good point. How did you two meet? At a Bible study. Is sleep the cousin of death? Probably. Hello from Amazon's Brazil. You guys are so awesome. No, you guys are awesome. Long live Brazil. Are you left-handed or right? I am right-handed. Do you play any musical instruments? I play the guitar badly. Bob Miller. Peace and love, buddy. Wash your hands, buddy. Stay safe. Since God exists outside of time, does that mean he does not have time to change his opinion? If not, how does God know which opinion he holds or which he'll stay with? I don't think that God can change his opinion, Ben. Impending Doom, Murderer. I think the drummer from Impending Doom actually was talking to me for a while on Instagram.
Oh, really?
I was like, yeah, we should do a song for you guys. He's like, you're never going to do a song for us, he said. He turned out to be right.
Oh, Buggy, yes. Jesus would prefer iPhone over
100%. 100%. Head from Corn is a believer. Yes, he is. A genuine one. Doop, 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 doop.
Nick, I messaged
Night
you
Pony.
back. Did you get it?
Man at a Bible study. That is awesome. True story, Sean. Have you ever done a Behemoth song?
We've done quite a few Behemoth songs.
We've done a lot of Behemoth songs.
Nergal shouted us out at his concert.
Fashaw!
Actually.
Fashaw! I love your videos. Alice in Chains and reactions are fire. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, Jacob Stevens.
I don't know, Amy. The kids were playing it tonight. I haven't tried it.
Jesus would prefer Apple. Isn't that how the whole mess started? Apple?
Oh.
Korn is further proof that Christians aren't making their message more accessible. They're just making metal worse. Oh, Ben. Ben is like fighting like mad to stay an unbeliever. He's like slipping down the hill. He's trying to maintain his unbelief, but he can't. Maybe I'm obsessed with this. I just wanted your opinion. Yeah, Tom, I just don't have a big opinion on that one. Zonia is live on Twitch, y'all. Zonia is live on Twitch and on YouTube. Saleh, good night. It's past midnight in Chile. Stay safe, buddy. Apple stores have reopened in China. That is true. What's up, Maddie Nutrition? You remember Maddie Nutrition? Please react to more Radiohead. I've been in Korn's trailer. I wasn't what I would call godly. We should create Fortnite squads here and do one season. There's a guy that I play Fortnite with from the channel. Catherine Blake by My Dying Bride. Do you trust China to tell the truth? I trust China to tell the truth as much as I trust any nation state to tell the truth. If you guys would pray for me, I appreciate it. I'm delivering food, and the only person doing so is in a 10-mile radius. You guys rock. Definitely going to pray for you, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Maddie Nutrition, what's up? I remember seeing your name in there.
What's up, Lord Polito?
Nick.
It's just us hanging out, buddy.
Yep.
Just getting that human connection.
Nick, I sent you another message because I had a few more minutes to think about it.
Do you play any fighting games? I am the world's greatest Street Fighter 2 player of all time. Later, Z. As a Christian, I barely listen to any Christian metal, and too much of it is more times not just metalcore. I prefer melodic death metal. Maybe some hardcore punk reactions. Religion fills a void to science that science hasn't discovered. Once discovered, religion takes the science as its own. Science in the Bible is only revealed after scientific discovery, not before.
So you wouldn't be protected.
No, I just wouldn't need to block that because it would do very little or nothing to me. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Boudica, I just... religion and science are designed to answer separate questions. So there's lots of questions that science will never be able to answer. For example, you cannot weigh the laws of logic in a lab. It doesn't have any extension in time and space. Metaphysics, things of that nature. Those are things that don't have extension in time or space and cannot be measured in a lab. As a matter of fact, the scientific method is contingent on the laws of logic, not the other way around. So I just think that, the science is designed to deal with what happens in the natural world, and religion is designed to deal with what happens in the spiritual world. And I think there's an overlap, but that discipline is not designed to deal with that. Have you ever actually gotten a Satanist to debate with you? I seem to remember you guys calling for that at one point. Well, it wasn't really a debate. It was more about, understanding and things of that nature. I had a debate with Aaron Ra, but it wasn't, he's not a Satanist. So I think, you know, I don't think Satanists are like real debatey type people, So I don't know. That's been our, yeah, you can, Vin. The laws of logic weigh 15 pounds each. That's interesting. Here's Ben. Religion is designed to answer questions about the things that don't exist. It's a field of study so stupid, only a child can understand it.
Actually, children don't understand stupid things, honestly. They'll ask you questions. What? That was made of what?
Metaphysics cannot be measured or quantified. Exactly. Right. The claim to that precise measurement is the main crux of religion, one way to God, etc. Well, again, that's not something that you can measure in a lab. If God did exist and he decided that there was only going to be one path to him, that has nothing to do with the scientific method.
Arya, yes. Wouldn't call them ghosts, but yes.
What? Yeah. Vin still refuses to bait me on the idea of giving a free throwing axe to every person on the earth.
We live in Lewiston, Maine.
Give him Jonathan Edwards books.
A Tobias interview would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we could react to more Radiohead for sure.
Yeah, Tom Roberts, we're doing good.
We're doing real good.
Yep.
I have a friend that is in yearbook in our school, so in our group chat, she had to ask if there's like anything put in yearbook for Corona, and I put a picture of toilet paper and wrote.
I thought you said in roach. I'm like, a roach?
More Middle American vids, damn it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of taken a back seat to the main channel because we want to make sure we're putting out good quality content on time for you guys, considering the current situation we're in, and doing more of these things. So every time we do one of these things, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then we got other recordings to make sure everything is up and up. So we really want this to be, consistent for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it saves the world or anything. It's just, it's cool.
What a weird thing to say. It sounds like something.
What do you say to fellow Christians who give you crap for supporting burning? I mean, well, there's two major issues, right? One is socialism, the other one's abortion. And what I say, if it's abortion, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not a fan of putting out your resume and comparing resumes with people, because Paul said when you compare yourself by yourself, you're not wise. At the same time, I can guarantee that 99% of the folks who would criticize us for that have not done have not done what we've done. We've put it on the line. So, and the other thing is, I believe abortion is going to be beaten at the state level. I don't think that the executive branch is going to do much for that. And secondly, the Republicans have done nothing against abortion anyway. Even when George Bush had a supermajority, he did nothing with it. The other thing is socialism, and I think I'm never going to say Jesus was a socialist, but I will say that Jesus's economic and just the Bible's economic principles are much closer to socialism than capitalism.
Yep.
And so that's basically how I deal with it. I've shot a couple videos about it, but I think with American evangelicalism, the blurred lines between the Constitution and the Bible, I think are like unconsciously there. And so a lot of that is like extricating and saying, well, no, that's the Constitution. The Bible doesn't say you have the right to keep and bear arms. The Constitution does. Jesus didn't say that. So stuff like that. So that's kind of how I answer it.
Oh, wow. So Armando, remember that we did the Into My Arms reaction? And you wanted to know kind of his background. He's like, to answer Vin's question, I come from a predominantly Muslim family, grew up in a communist country, became a refugee at the age of 10,
Wow.
in a war fought largely among ethno-religious lines, attended Catholic school in Germany, and now consider myself agnostic. My wife is a child of refugees fleeing in the
Khmer Rouge.
and is a born and raised Buddhist. Isn't that wild?
Whew.
In the 14 years we've been married, we've realized that despite our different backgrounds, we basically share the same values. I think people get too hung up on the specifics, but in my opinion, love and mutual respect are more important than agreeing on every single detail, especially in something as personal as someone's spirituality. As part of the reason why I like the song, it's part of the reason why I like the song, and I'm glad you guys dug it too. Much love always, sincerely, Armando.
Huh.
Esmer is my father's name.
Where would you classify Michael the Archangel? Is he B'nai Elohim? Was Lucifer B'nai Elohim? Well, Lucifer's definitely B'nai Elohim, because he's called that in Job chapter 1. I'm not particularly certain that... I think Michael is. When you look at Daniel chapter 12, and he's called a prince who stands guard over the people of Israel, that's kind of a role of one of the B'nai Elohim. So I would say yes, Michael is as well.
God, guns, and toilet paper are welcomed in my neighborhood.
What happened?
I think it was Roy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Separate the church and the state.
Are you taking the stimulus money even even though you don't like Trump? That's such a strange argument that people are saying, hey, if you don't like, I'm not saying that you're saying it. Oh, if you don't like Trump, then you're not gonna take the stimulus money.
Why?
Well, where did the stimulus money come from? It's not like Trump is giving that out of his own personal...
but he's making it available to you.
Well, yeah, but what a... It's a strange argument to me. I genuinely don't understand the argument.
I do, and I think it's hilarious.
You guys should do another Darwin week. Huh. Yes, I did. I've read a Frank Peretti book. Very interesting guy. 2 of them. You paid taxes. Correct. Correct. I paid taxes. Correct. Do you think the other angels get jealous that Metatron has such a cooler name than them? Well, if you take the idea that Metatron is actually Jesus, then they couldn't be. But that's a pretty badass name, I have to say. Metatron. I was just watching something on Metatron yesterday. Really interesting stuff. Good Lord.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When? Yesterday?
What's up, CD Cooper? Yeah. Yeah. The same scientists also claim that most of the universe is made of dark matter, which they can either quantify, measure, or study. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, look, any real serious scientist is going to tell you that, no, we don't have all the answers, yada, yada, yada. It's just like lay people who haven't read any scientific journals that elevate them to an almost, infallible...
Yes, people are panic buying around here.
Infallible sort of court of opinion. There's lots of things that they don't know, and they update things constantly, and the stuff that they believed 10 years ago is laughable now, and...
Brian, we will definitely tour around at some point.
I'm a massive, massive fan of science. I think it's awesome. I think in situations like this with COVID-19 that we're blessed that the scientific endeavor and the scientific enterprise is pushing its way through. I think that's awesome. But they're not the ultimate source of anything. And no scientist would tell you that they are.
Aria, yeah, we started watching the Lucifer. Wasn't that the one we started watching, Lucifer TV series? Or was it another one? It was like the angel and the demon.
It's a good angel about Lucifer is an actual series about Lucifer, like the devil.
Oh, that's a different one.
He goes around.
Oh, no, we didn't actually see that. That's true. Most of the TV shows I watched canceled production because of the virus. Of course, that makes sense.
Metatron was my first choice for YouTube. Yeah, Metatron is that's a crazy name, man. Crazy, crazy name. 17 minutes left, guys.
Yeah, laminin.
Yeah. Have you ever looked into laminin?
That's crazy. Yeah. Remember that video we saw?
Yeah. Fasho.
Can we play Slipknot People Equal Shit?
That was the second video we've ever done.
Yeah, it was our second video on our YouTube channel.
We find it somewhat dangerous that the American Evangelical Church has turned Satan into an almost omniscient being. I agree. Like he's like another god or something. It's very strange.
Really, Charles? They're good live? Ghost is good live? See, I saw one live video and I was kind of like,
How do you think the war in heaven
But
went?
maybe it was
Was it
just a
violent or
bad
an
one.
instantaneous finger snap by God? I think that God let
Yeah, Sean, Louis Giglio has some good stuff.
I think God let the thing play out, and I think it was heavy violence special. Hawk Productions, thank you.
What's up? Thank you very much.
What is your thoughts on atheists, Vin? I love them. I mean, that's 90% of our audience, and so I love them. I think everybody's on a journey, and I think everybody's a book, and we've all happened to catch each other in the same chapter of the book.
We'd be in the wrong business if we hated them.
Right. Asking off of pure ignorance, how is it that I was born into believing the right God when others were brought up the same as me but in different religions? Does this mean they'll go to hell? At the end of the day, it's about what a person desires. Everybody who desires the true God will have him wherever they were born. Doesn't matter where they were born and what language they speak or whatever. Anybody that has a true desire for God in their heart will have him. The scripture says, "You'll seek me and find me when you seek me with your whole heart." So, it's where you were born doesn't have much effect on that. Atheist here. Is it weird that I'm still a fan of Jesus too? No, Steve. I think that Jesus is an eminently compelling figure, and it's the same thing with Muhammad. I'm a I guess you could classify me as a hardcore Christian, but I'm also very, very fascinated by the personality of Muhammad and his life. So these are, doesn't surprise me at all.
Remember that song? Jesus is just all right with me.
I've never heard that song before. That's spousal abuse. Get up, Jesse.
What? What did I even
Black
do?
man in distress.
What? Well, I was just sitting here.
I don't know. Finally, somebody stood up for me.
Spousal abuse? What?
Do you believe that Absalom was a Lucifer archetype? Yes. Yes. Especially considering his head was the thing that got him in trouble. Yeah. Jesus is not that compelling. Even among biblical figures, Habakkuk and Amos were much more interesting and human. That's hilarious. Oh, the King Gizzard thing is partially blocked. I see it.
Take care of that after.
So you say inshallah and admire Muhammad, the guy who married a 6-year-old girl according to Sunni Islam. Well, I mean, lots of people married 6-year-old girls at that time. Obviously, I don't agree with everything that Muhammad did. But there were also a lot of very good things that he did. Like, for example, he discontinued the practice of exposure, where if you had a daughter in Arab times, they would bury her and leave her out into the desert to die of thirst or to be left to the animals. He made that haram, and I think that was a good thing. Aside from Jesus, every human being you meet is a cross between a monster and a god, and so every being you run into supports monstrously horrible things and also does amazing things in the same person, and Muhammad is no different, and neither are you. So there's that. Do you understand why Satanists view Satan
He's never been a Muslim.
Do you understand why Satanists view Satan as a compelling archetypical figure of rebellion against tyranny, even if you're obviously not on that side? Well, of course I do. And if you view God, see, there's a category error. The reason it's wrong for human beings to tyrannize other human beings or be the sole authority above other human beings is the fact that they're just human beings and they're not God. They're occupying a role that only the divine being can occupy. But the divine being has absolute rights to occupy a dictatorial role or whatever you want to call it. But taking that aside, If you viewed God as just another being who does not have the right to have absolute power and authority, then of course you're going to look at Satan as a person who represents rebellion against tyranny. Of course. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me, for sure. I really enjoyed this chat. Please bless and stay healthy. All love from your neighbors in Canada. Much love to you, buddy. Much love to you. No. I think The Passion is the greatest movie ever. And I think there's going to be a resurrection movie that follows up The Passion. So, should you learn about other religions before deciding on one? Well, there's only about 2 or 3 major religions. So I'd say you'll learn about the majors and then go from there. You know?
Yeah, we did react to a non-English song. Couple times we've had to go to Google Translate.
Oh, yes. Yeah. What's up, Sean? We've got 11 minutes left, Overshadow Song. Soon and very soon.
He said he was stuck singing it at work.
All right, Seven Dusted, do your thing, buddy.
Bye, Seven Dusted.
Enki, Neni, Adamu, and have Anunnaki plagiarism. Sumerians did it first. I mean, you could look at it as plagiarism, or you could look at Moses saying, okay, this is really what happened. Right? Good night from Wyoming. Thanks for taking the time to read all my chats. I appreciate your time. I sent emails for song requests. Stay safe, friends. You stay safe too, buddy. Wash your hands. As a Christian, is it wrong for me to marry a Buddhist? Well, I mean, I think, was it 1 Corinthians 8? Paul talks about not being unequally yoked with unbelievers. We just dealt with this in the Nick Cave video. I think the biggest thing is to say is how central Jesus is to your life. So, like for me and for Sori, Jesus is the center of everything, and all of life gets filtered through that prism. And so I would be intolerable to be married to, and vice versa, if she wasn't a Christian. Mm-hmm. Because my whole life is about Jesus, and I can't interpret anything in life, whether it's this cup of, tea or this technology or whatever, outside of Jesus. So I would be absolutely intolerable to live with if she wasn't a Christian.
Yeah, especially because of the decisions that you make of how you're going to live your life.
Right.
So in your day, there are certain decisions that you make that, might take time away from us spending time, might take time away from doing other things. And if I wasn't on board with what you were doing, right, it could be really, and because we have the same belief system, I can jump on with you and we can do it together.
Right.
Or, you can't do those things.
Yeah. And, right. So
yeah, Jesse, I'm still questioning
if Jesus is sort of like an ancillary thing or a not the center of your life and not the way that you view the world, and I'm sure the relationship could work. So it's all a matter of how central Jesus is to your life. Does Story still not believe in the book landing?
I already replied. The moon landing. I already said, yeah, I don't fully believe that. It was too questionable. Watch some of those after interviews. See what you think.
Moon landing, never Hollywood.
See, Amy Lee, we're on the same page on that one. I'm like, I don't know. Did you see those after landing interviews?
Boudica,
it's pretty weird.
Muhammad was wrong for doing that. I have no problem saying that Muhammad, he did a lot of things that were wrong. What he did to the Jews in Khyber, I think, is wrong. How he got Safiya, his Christian wife, was wrong. Him marrying more than one woman at the same time was wrong. Him denying that Jesus is the Son of God was wrong. 4:157, where he says Jesus was never crucified. He's did a lot of things wrong. So I don't understand what you're saying. Are you saying that because he did a lot of things wrong, that he never did anything right? Well, if that's the case, then I'd have to say the same of you. I'm sure you've done a lot of horrible things in your life, but I also think that you still represent God in a very beautiful and compelling way. And if I got to know you, that those things would fascinate me about you. And so That's just how I look at everybody on the planet, and Muhammad is no exception to that.
To death. If I did something like that, I would have to just be fully aware that he probably wouldn't talk to me for 3 days.
Did what?
Sorry-eyed mayonnaise and Vin sandwich for a joke.
I probably literally would not talk to you for a full week.
Like literally. I see those videos of like wives like playing practical jokes on their husbands. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're the guy.
Yeah.
There was like this one where the wife like put the guy's arms out and then she like taped his arms to the pole and then she pulled his pants down and he just like took off running, but he couldn't get through the door frame because his arms were stretched out. I was like, oh, when I saw what she did to him, honestly, I felt uncomfortable because I was like imagining if I did something like that to you, and I'm like, no, that would not go over well. But when I showed you, I was like, what if I did something like this to you? You didn't seem like you would make that big of a reaction, but would you be more offended by the mayonnaise sandwich than by what she did?
I don't know. I'm sure if I degraded a child, people wouldn't be saying it's a blimp on my holy soul. Well, it depends, Boudica. It depends on what your society accepts. We're currently in a society that accepts killing children based on where they are on the developmental scale by the millions. So it's just not true. You know, people really think very more highly of themselves than they probably should. You know, I say this all the time. Like, everybody's seen that meme where everybody's doing like the Hitler salute and there's this one guy with his arms crossed. And everybody wants to believe that they would be that one guy, and it's highly unlikely. Most people go along with whatever their cultural zeitgeist tells them is right or wrong. I just got done listening to Cenk talk about how, you know, people in the South had lynching picnics, and they would take the body parts of the charred remains of the lynched victims and take them home and put them up next to their, you know, mounts of the deer or whatever. And I'm sure all those people thought that they were good people too. You know, societies have always in human history selected a group of people to dehumanize and to do horrible things to. And for the most part, societies go along with that and can still consider themselves good people. So, you know, I'm not sure that if you degraded a child that your society would call it a blip on your holy soul. It depends. So you and I just have a different understanding of human beings and human nature. I don't think that you're better than Muhammad, and I don't think I'm better than Muhammad. And honestly, the only thing that separates me from anybody is God's grace. That's just my belief system.
Ben Mullen said something, and I can't remember what it was, but I was going to respond to it. Oh, bring back Harry the fiber optic lamp. The kids killed it.
Doesn't the Bible say we should have nothing to do with gays or lesbians?
An antique.
No, the Bible does not say we should have nothing to do with gays and lesbians. As a matter of fact, it says the opposite. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 5, he said, "I wrote to you in my previous letter not to associate with the sexually immoral or a swindler or a liar." And then he says, not to say all of those people, because if you did, you'd have to leave the world. What I meant was Emmanuel. If a person calls himself a brother and is immoral or a swindler or a liar, yada, yada, yada. So if somebody is Paul basically says you can't avoid sinful people because then you'd have to leave the world. So is Muhammad better than Adam Lanza? No human being is better than any other human being, Boudica.
Why is everybody retracting their messages?
I have no idea. I'm an absolutely horrible human being, and I've made my peace with it. Yeah, me too. One can have faith and follow science at the same time. You're wrong, Vin. I'm better than all of you. Well...
Or you're just more deluded, maybe.
Booby is better than Ghosty.
No.
All right, Chris.
I don't
have
agree.
A good one.
Ghosty is way better than Booby. The detail on Ghosty.
The detail of yeah.
It's just so.
It's amazing.
Cute. And he like
really
he's
talented.
Posable.
Yeah, really talented. Really talented stuff. Booby is a shill. He'll say anything for money.
be signing off. Hold out.
I can have no faith but still be a good person.
Jesse, I don't know what is wrong with your stream, but that was a very long time ago. His messages are coming in. When I punched you, then his message came in like 20 minutes later.
I worship
here comes
Sonic.
his response.
I worship Sonic the Hedgehog, for he's the only true God. Abortion is objectively morally wrong because of the taking of a life. Child abuse is also the potential taking of a life. You can switch between culturally relative and objective morality. I never said otherwise. I said I listed about 8 or 9 things that I believe that Muhammad was objectively wrong about. What I'm saying is that every human being has within them the potential to be a god and a monster simultaneously. And that's true for Muhammad, and it's obvious in his life that there were times when he imaged God brilliantly, and there were other times when he was an absolute monster. And that's true of you, and it's true of me, it's true of Sori, and it's true of my 10-month-old Orion. That's all I'm saying. So all of us have the potential to be both.
Non-denominational. Thank you, Matthew.
So
zombieaholic.
I don't know how else to help you in answering the question.
No, we won't frame it. It's already. We'll just hang it out probably.
Unless you want me to say that you're a better person than Muhammad, I don't believe that, and I don't believe that I'm a better person than Muhammad. So.
Orion is huge.
He's huge.
He's literally, I was just commenting today, I'm like, he's 10 months and he's in 3T clothes. He's as a toddler. He's as big as a toddler. He's walking around and everything.
Dethroner, I'm excited. I agree, Josh. You know what? I actually like that Join Me in Death song from him. So. Right, Sean. Correct. There's only one good. The rest of us are dirty dish rags. 100%. But bless God, he's made us new, and we're on the way to imaging him more and more every day.
He comes with Clorox.
I think Vin is better than Muhammad. Not much better, but better.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yep.
For doing this stream.
You guys are awesome.
We kept it strong, like over 150 people almost the entire time.
Yeah. So thank you guys for hanging out.
So
I'm gonna go with the Orthodox here.
We'll see you again.
Yes.
Much love. Stay safe. Wash your hands.
And love your neighbor by avoiding your neighbor.
By distance.
Yeah, Boudica.
All right.
No hard feelings, Boudica. We'll see you guys in the next fireside, which we will do soon, inshallah. All right. Vin app. Oh, you just do it this way, babe. You do that. Okay. And then it says, "Are you sure?" And then that's
sorry out.
Okay. So Vin out.
Sorry out.
Go.